Your eyes do not deceive you. Long time, no vlog. Am I right? Yeah, so today is November 16th. If you're paying attention, then you'll notice that a lot of time has elapsed between when I was filming in my last vlog. I think it was still maybe August. It's now November, so that leaves several months that I haven't vlogged. And the thing is that it's not that I didn't film things. I actually had footage that I deleted because I didn't like it and I wasn't happy with where it was going. But not only that, like, if you don't know about my schedule, that means either you didn't watch my TMI tag video, which, you know, no hard feelings, it's fine. Or the second thing, you don't give a shit about what I said, because I still had people commenting after I spent the whole intro saying, you know, I have 36 hours of class a week and I just don't have the time to film. Not only just to film, but to edit and upload, because it's a very time-consuming undertaking in general. I still had people in the comments in that video, and you know, that after they saw that I uploaded, messaged me on Instagram and asked, they're like, oh, like, why aren't you doing any more vlogs? I literally addressed it in the video that you just watched. So what? Today I am gonna be vlogging because it's a very rare sunny day here in Goyang. That doesn't happen very often. So I'm gonna be vlogging. I'm gonna go into Huaxi and do some shopping. In the meantime, I guess I'll just try and like catch you up on some of the stuff that you missed. There are a couple vlogs that I might still edit and upload, like my birthday vlog. But as for everything else, I just deleted the footage, so yeah, you won't see that. What you didn't see was back in October, a pretty bad relapse with my OCD, and set everything up to go back home, actually. But then I decided to stick it out, and I mean, I'm feeling okay now. Things are better. They're not like 100%, but they haven't been 100% in years, so I'm not expecting that. But oh, and as for the cat that you saw, I had said in my last vlog as like a spoiler, that cat didn't make it. She had to be put down. Basically, her organs were failing. What we think happened was that she was a very friendly someone's pet, and they just couldn't take care of her once she got sick. And then that's how my friend was able to get her, and then I got her. So there's not really anything that could have been done. It's sad. I mean, you know, put a lot of effort and everything into trying to get her to be better. Spent a lot of money, which I know some people are gonna think is crazy to spend on a stray cat. The way that I think of it is, if I take in an animal, it's my responsibility, and I have to accept that responsibility of, you know, whatever it costs or whatever that animal needs, because that becomes my family. So that's just how it is, and there's no like two ways about it. I don't care. Like, if I have to spend the money to help the animal, I will. But those of you who did watch my TMI tag probably know that I have a new roommate. I mean, he's white like me. He's cool, I guess. He's kind of an asshole. He's also like, he's got so much body hair. Like, it's, I don't know, kind of weird. But if you want, like, he's here, so I can formally introduce you guys. Look at him. Look at the baby. Oh, are you shy suddenly? Yeah, look at the baby. Kisses. Oh, kisses. Yeah, so that's my cat. He's been here almost 2 months, but he's not yet neutered, so he's kind of off the hinges. The story of how I got him was, I had literally just gotten off the phone with my mom and my dad, and I was like, yeah, they were telling me, they were like, oh, you seem so happy when you had a cat, like you should get another cat. And I was like, oh, I don't know, I don't think so. Like, it's not responsible, and you know, I don't know if I can care for the animal, blah, blah, blah. You know, I'm a little gun shy with like picking up a stray off the street. I was going about my day, and I went out for the day, and I walked down to the bottom of the mountain that I live on. I just saw him. He like came up to me, and he just like rolled over and let me pet his belly. And then I had said, you know, that I really, because I have all black cats at home, I want like either a black cat or a white cat. And he came up, and he's a white cat with those 2 different color eyes, and I was like, wow, I think you're mine. And I picked him up, and like I looked at because he was in front of a shop, like I looked at the store owner, and like everyone saw me pick him up and no one said anything, so I was like, all right. So I picked him up and I ran up the hill. Like, when I say ran up the hill, almost a 20-minute walk uphill. So I was carrying this cat that was like, suddenly he realized, he's like, wait, something's happening. He's like screaming and trying to get out. was like, God, all these people are gonna be like, what's this crazy white girl doing with this cat? But it was kind of like, if you guys watched the UK series Misfits, you know the episode where Nathan picks up a baby and he's walking with it and he's like running with it because he's stealing it because the baby wants a dad. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, then I'm sorry. But if you watch the show, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And then Simon sees him and Simon's like, I think I've just seen Nathan stealing a baby. And that was literally me. Like I picked him up and I looked around and I was like, okay. And I ran up. You gonna jump at it? There's a couple supermarkets I can go to. There's also in the mall a bookstore that I like to go to. They have a little cafe that's really cool. It's like secluded from the rest of the mall because you have to go through the coffee shop to get to it. So it's not like crazy and loud and whatever. Everyone's just reading there and it's real nice. So maybe I'll go there. I'm realizing too that the house probably looks pretty different. I mean, I don't have stuff up on the walls yet. That's gonna come later. I bought some canvases, but I mean, I've bought like a lot of stuff because online shopping is super big in China. For those of you that are familiar with Taobao, you can buy a lot of stuff there. But if you're an English speaker and you're living in China and you can't use Taobao, there is a website called Baopals. So I use that sometimes. And it's all in English and you don't have to worry about it. So yeah, so I have, you know, like I have a rug, I have a couple other things. I actually got some pillows. Those are from Walmart though. And then I have some just little things that I've gotten either. Obviously the plants I just bought around here. The globe is actually a lamp and that lights up. I bought that online. Little stool thing I bought at a little shop that's real cute. It's in Huaxi. I'll show you. We're gonna pass it today. And I want to do, once my like apartment is done, I want to do a proper like apartment tour, but not yet because I don't have everything ready. But I have, you know, everything looks pretty different. This looks so pretty at night. I bought some, the best purchase I ever made, lamps that are like warm, not like that awful blue light that is up here that I've been complaining about. And I got some rugs in here. What else? I don't know. Oh, I don't think you guys saw. I have like mirrors and stuff now. I have another one of the lamps. This map came with my globe, so I just hung it up, whatever. Canvases, got this little cat tower thing. One day I spent like a whole night and just like organized this whole cabinet. Yeah, so I mean things are starting to like look a little bit better, I think. More like someone lives here actually. Kitchen still isn't so great, but I guess I don't really have a whole lot to work with. So I got some lights in the kitchen, and I have this little shelving thing that I kind of put together. This is a shoe rack, and these are for your shower. But since my kitchen walls are tiles, I can use them there. And I took out that awful stove and they gave me like a little like hot plate thing, so I can use that. Oh, you totally can't see what I'm trying to show you. All right, so that's that. I'm gonna get my shit together and then we can head out and I'll take you guys along for the walk. It's about it's maybe like a 40-something minute walk. Where I'm going in Huaxi is a little bit further, about an hour. And then I'm gonna swing back around and go to the mall and the coffee shop and stuff. So there was just a bunch of like school kids behind me that kept saying, they kept like being like, oh, Waigloran, like, oh, foreigner. Reminded me of something that I had said in the vlogs that, like I said, are totally irrelevant and I just don't have anymore. One of the biggest things that has gotten to me that I didn't actually think would is how often people point out that I'm a foreigner. And it happens every single day, multiple times a day. Either they say it and they don't know that I understand them, or it's not even anyone being mean. I mean, it could be like they're like, oh, can I come up and take a picture with you? I'm like, yeah, sure, that's fine. You know, I don't mind when people ask, but like I see people taking pictures of me all the time. That's what happens when you come, when you're, you know, an American that comes to or a Western looking American that comes to the poorest province in China that Westerners don't come to. Like, they don't really come here, and if they do, it's not like for tourism purposes. It's like the only other Americans that I know here are in the Peace Corps. So yeah, I don't know, it really gets to me, like when you're just trying to fit in and to live your life, it's really hard to do that when every single day, everything you do, people are like, oh look, you're not from here, you don't belong here. And like I said, I know it's not in a negative way, but it just gets to me. Like when I used to come here for like a couple weeks at a time for like studying abroad and stuff, whatever, when I was an undergrad, it was fun because I was going back home, and you know, then no one would point out, see that guy behind me, turn around to look, and so are these guys as well. See, and it's partially because I'm holding up a camera probably. Like I said, it wouldn't really bother me when I was just going back home in 2 or 3 weeks or whatever. Now it gets to me. I mean, and especially like I was feeling really anxious, and my OCD was really, really bad. It was really hard to deal with because it's like, fuck, I just want to be comfortable. Like I just want no one to like acknowledge for once that I am different, that I don't belong here. Like I know, you know? And like in my old age, I've gotten a little brazen, I guess. But now, if I see, like if I'm in the lunchroom, which now I eat in the, I don't know if you guys can hear me. Now I eat in the faculty cafeteria. You know, there aren't any students. It's just professors. They're not as likely to, you know, stare at me. They're a little bit more worldly, and you know, some of them already speak English. They've been to America. I have some professors that have studied in America. They're like, oh, that's a foreigner, okay. And then they go about their day. Like they don't come up and, you know, try and sit with you and, you know, have a conversation and do whatever, which is fine. Like, I understand people are just excited, and it's like something that they haven't seen before besides like on TV. But, you know, like, I'm a person with feelings. I don't know, that just like bothers me a little bit. It happened twice recently, which is very odd. I had someone who was like, they were pretty openly staring at me, and then I see him take out his phone, and he's like trying to like somewhat secretly, Jesus Christ. So he's trying to somewhat secretly take a picture of me. So my favorite thing to do, as they're like secretly trying to zoom in to get a close-up picture, as they're zooming in, not realizing it, I'm staring directly into the lens on their phone. So then suddenly they see my face and they're like startled and embarrassed. I'm like, good, well you shouldn't be fucking taking pictures of me. Like, I don't know, maybe it's not rude in your culture, but it sure is rude in mine to just go up and take pictures of someone without asking them. Alright, so right now I'm kind of like approaching the main strip in Huaxi, the wetlands park entrance. Well, the main entrance I think is right over there. But I want to show you guys, remember when I said that I got that, what's it called, that little like step stool, that little like seat thing in my living room? I got that at a shop in Huaxi. Well, I got it right here. I want to show you guys just kind of what it looks like on the outside. I don't know, I think it's super cute. If you've seen my Instagram post, you've seen that I've posted it before. But this is the store. Super cute. One of you had asked, because I had kind of mentioned, I think in my TMI tag, that there's like an underground shopping area in Huaxi, and I wanted to say also, I keep saying Huaxi, you guys are probably like, I thought you lived in Guiyang. I live in Huaxi district of Guiyang City, so that's like, when I write out my address, that's what it is. It's just, the city is made up of different districts, and the one that I live in, and the one that both Guida and Minda are in Huaxi. So I'm going into the underground now because I need to cross the street, and you have to do it underground. So I want to show you guys what it looks like. It's nothing super special, so if you're not like already here, don't make a special trip out. It's like a lot of the underground like cross walk things in the city. But there's a lot of different shops, all kinds of stuff. I get my nails done over there. People are yelling hello at me. I'm not even gonna pretend to look, but I'm sorry if you think that it's mean. Oh, there's bunnies in there. I'm sorry if you think it's mean. I'm sorry if you think it's rude, and that somehow you're gonna misconstrue this into me being racist because I don't want to say hello to people. It's more that they're literally shouting things at me like I'm in a cage, and I don't like it. I'm not gonna stand for that. So sorry if that for some reason hurts your feelings, but I don't really care. Plain and simple, actually. Okay, I'm coming up on the supermarket I need to go to. Or I don't actually need to go to the supermarket, but I'm gonna walk through just in case. But right now, I'm gonna just try and cross this street real quick without getting run over. But I really like, not this area right here, but if you look just up this way, really. So if you look right up there, there's like, reminds me of the town that I used to work in New Jersey. So I don't know, I like to walk. There's you know, some trees, and it's not as crazy crowded as everything else. And there's some nice little like boutique-y stores and stuff, so I like to go in there. I'm actually not in the supermarket yet. There's like this another underground like shopping area that it's part of. So there's like the entrance. I'm gonna bring a little cart, not a cart, but a thingamabob, a little basket. I mean, this is like a regular, I guess it's like more like a department store than a supermarket, but it has like lots of food and everything as well. So it is, I guess, essentially a supermarket with all just this other stuff. There's food here on this side, and then like clothes and like houseware and stuff on this side. Now I wanted to tell you guys, just because I live in the poorest province in China, like a lot of you guys seem to think that I like live in, well, obviously no, I don't live in a hut, but like along those lines. Like this is, like this whole section is just imported drinks alone. Like, and it goes all the way to over there. So I want to say that like anything I want, I can have. Like I can find anything that I need. So I think that's worth mentioning. Like some of you guys, and not just you guys, but like a lot of people like outside of YouTube and outside of wherever have said like, you know, why would you move there? I don't know, why not? Like, a place is a place, and if I'm getting an education and, you know, having an experience, I mean, this is really as good a place as any to, you know, to live and to have that experience. I mean, I can buy, apparently, a bottle of Coke no matter where I live in the world. I can't zoom in. I mean, I can on the computer, but not here. But that guy has an adorable little puppy. So this is the mall. There's McDonald's, there's the bookstore, there's a bunch of things. I had like 36 hours of class a week. Once I was in the thick of like my anxiety again, I realized that 8 of the 36 to 38 hours, whatever, were a mandatory like study time that we had to go to and like sit there if we had work to do or not, like whether we had, you know, homework or if we had to study or do whatever. Half the time my professor wouldn't even show up, and it's supposed to be like tutoring and like whatever you need, kind of like time for you to ask questions you have about your classes. This class is from 7:30 till like 9:30. On Wednesdays I would be out at 12, but then I couldn't really go too far or do too many things because I always had to be back for 7:30. And for the days that I got out at 6, I only had an hour and a half to run home, try and make something to eat, and then run back. And I was like, you know what, this is really pointless. Like, I don't really want to do this. I went to the international office and I told them that I didn't want to. And they were like, but you have to, like, we take attendance. And I was like, okay, but we're not learning any new material and I don't really have any questions. I'm doing really well in all my classes, so do I really have to be there? And they're like, well, yes, because we take attendance. And I was like, all right, well. They're like, yeah, well, it's also tutoring, and you know, you have a professor there that you could ask. And I was like, oh, well, if tutoring is the main purpose, then I definitely don't need to go because my professor doesn't even show up. You know, I told them, I was like, listen, if I am doing well in my classes and the main purpose is for tutoring, I don't need it because A, there's not a tutor there, and B, it's just not really something that I need, and I do all of my homework outside of class. And another thing is that I can't study here because, you know, you let everyone listen to music, you let them talk. I can't study in that kind of environment, so I would be much better off. Like, I don't live in the noisy dorms. I don't need like a quiet place to study. I live, you know, away from everyone in a quiet building. They eventually kind of let that slide, so now I don't have to go to that night class anymore, which is a huge help. I only have to go if we're having a test, because sometimes to not take away from like class time, the professors will schedule a test during that time. So if there's a test, then I have to go, but it's not really that big of a deal. I mean, we have like little tests every day, but if it's like a big like midterm or final or like big unit test or something, then I gotta go. That freed up a lot of time and gave me just a lot of like breathing room to know that I could come home most nights at 6 and be done, and that I didn't have to go back out, or I could go out, but I could do what I wanted to do. I don't know if she's like the dean of the international education department, but I got called into her office. Thought I was getting in trouble for not showing up to the class, even though I got it okay by the professor. I was like, oh man, well, I had a good run. I was like, I guess I gotta go. Another thing that I actually don't even think I mentioned in the vlogs. They wanted me to do this pageant, literally a pageant, like where you come out in a dress and they like put a number on your hip and you walk around, and they like had me and a couple other students go to one of them to see what it was like, and I thought it was just like we were going. And then they started joking about how I have to like practice walking like the girls on the stage, and I was like, wait, I was like, what's going on? And then I had, you know, like a real bad issue with my anxiety, and I told them that I was going home. They were like, yeah, but we signed you up for the pageant. And I was like, no one asked me if I wanted to do that. And the girl was like, yeah, well, you know, sometimes like in China, that's just how like if the professors want you to do something. I was like, okay, well, that's fine, but it's not like that where I'm from, so you can't bully me into doing whatever you want me to do. Like, I'm not gonna do that. She was the one that had signed me up for that pageant, and then when it turned out that I wasn't going home, like I showed up in the office for something, and she didn't even know that I hadn't left. Oh wait, I thought you were going home. You're not sick anymore, so you could have stayed in the pageant. We had to pull your name out. I wasn't doing it anyway, so I thought maybe I was gonna get like in some kind of trouble for that or whatever. But it turns out that she called me in and she's like, I want you to teach me English. I was like, okay, but it was like with the offer that she would pay me, and I was like, oh well, in that case. We meet 3 times a week. We've met twice so far. Funny how I remember like when I made my video saying that I was moving here, I told you guys how much I'm gonna get a month or whatever. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna have to work real hard to try and spend that in a single month. Well, guess what? When you are addicted to spending money and buying things online, it's very easy to spend that money in a month. I work so hard like in New Jersey to make money before I came here that I have such a like thick cushion that I can like go for a long time. It's fine. And during breaks and stuff, when I go home, I can work. I can make all of the money that I spend in a semester back. All of the like US dollar worth. A US dollar goes much further here than it does at home, obviously. That's been occupying my time. School's going well. I've been spending a lot of time with my American neighbors. I didn't really want to get too close to anyone, either American or very good at speaking English. I mean, the purpose of me being here for this year is to learn Chinese, so the more contact I have with English speakers, the easier it is for me to not use Chinese. They were there when I needed someone to talk to that understood what it meant for me to say, you know, I have an anxiety disorder, and one of them is on medication for anxiety as well, so she totally gets it, and it's awesome. And yeah, so I mean, I think if I hadn't talked to them and befriended them, I don't think I would still be here. I think I would have gone home, you know, and I got really mad at myself for even coming here and uprooting everything about my life. Like when I think about my relationships and stuff that I put a complete stop on or completely like severed in one way or another, whether I wanted to or not, it's so mad. And I was like, why did I think that I was strong enough to do this? Why did I think I could do this? But I mean, it's okay now. I mean, I still have that thought sometimes, but it's not as bad. No. Doesn't it look like something that you would see on Diagon Alley? Like if you guys have ever been to Universal, does this not look like one of the shops on Diagon Alley? So they have lots of cool stuff. They have stuff besides books in here. Oh, but I'm not supposed to take pictures. So I'll just show you from here. In the back there is Harry Potter. You can see their display. I mean, you guys can kind of figure out what it looks like. Alright, I'm gonna pretend like I can't figure out what that sign that says no pictures means. So you go through here, it looks just like any other bookstore, doesn't it? But I really like it. And then if you go through here, we have our little cafe. This is the park that I've literally been meaning to show you guys for like 4 months. I'm gonna go off the main path. There's a bunch of paths here. This is the main one. But then there's also a bunch of little side ones. So I'm gonna take this one along the water. I'm home. Oh, I don't know. I'm not feeling so well right now. Ow, maybe that's why. Apart from my slight concussion, I don't know, I'm not like feeling so great right now. I'm having a lot of feelings. I'm tired on top of everything, so I think that's just aggravating it, but there's only so many things that you can do to distract yourself from it, like all the time. It's just because I'm not like super happy, you know? But at the same time, like, I don't know that I'd be happy at home either. It just sucks. I don't know, and not to get like real morbid real fast, but like, I don't want to live like this forever. Like, if this is what my life is gonna be, then like, why am I even bothering? And it's not because I'm unhappy in China. Like, I don't want to say that. Is this what life is? Like, you just get through it? Like, yeah. So when it gets darker, I want to go out and show you guys if you follow me on Instagram, you've seen it already, but my apartment, like, you can literally tell where I live from a mile away because it's so dark around here. It's so like dingy and whatever. And my apartment is so like comparatively bright from the outside. So I'm gonna go out when it gets a little bit darker and show you guys. It's starting to get dark now, sun's going down, so I'm gonna show you guys what it looks like from the outside. Why are you so rude? Play. Oh, are you hungry? I bet the baby's hungry. The baby's hungry? Did the baby want to eat? Does anyone else have a pet voice? I'm sure you do. Most animal people do. What? It was so exciting. It was so exciting to look at. I don't know. Can you see? Oh, there it is. That's my house. See my cat in my bedroom window? Up to no good, I bet. Alright guys, so I hope you liked spending the day with me in Huaxi and seeing what I get into on a normal Wednesday. I'm kind of realizing that I haven't really put any thought into what I want to eat for dinner. All right, guys, good night, or good morning, or good whatever time of day it is, wherever you are, whenever you're watching this. I will talk to you guys whenever I talk to you guys. Okay, bye. Alright guys, thanks for watching that video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Follow me on social media, do whatever you need to do. And if you're interested, here's a clip of my last video. Alright guys, so it is about 11:15. Haven't watched The Vampire